Hi, I'm Rachit and I'm so glad that you've decided to do this course. Using the subconscious techniques that are taught in this course, you're going to be able to bring about transformational change for yourself and the specific behavior sets that you want to be able to be confident, to manage your goals, to manage your relationships. Now, let me tell you a little bit about working with the subconscious mind. I've worked with over 1,000 individuals, specifically using the techniques that are taught in this course to help them transform their own lives. Now, let me tell you a little bit about most self-developmental courses. Most of those courses would tell you what is it that you need to do. They'll give you the theory behind it. They'll tell you that you need to be positive, you need to be able to think those positive thoughts so that you can build your confidence. They'll also tell you why. They'll tell you the benefits that you'll get from actually being positive or actually being able to think those thoughts. However, most self-development courses will not tell you the how. And that's where I truly believe that what I put together makes a huge difference. Most people ask me, Rachit, I get it. I need to have positive thoughts. I need to be able to think in a specific way. Yet, how am I supposed to do it? And that's the specific question that this course answers. How do you do it? What are the daily practices that you can build? How do you go about letting go of all those things that stop you from being able to do it? So once again, welcome to the course. It's fantastic to have you on board. What I will tell you is definitely take the time to do each and every exercise. It's structured in a way where you do one step after the other so that you have a progressive change that is inbuilt into you, that you can implement even after you've done the course. Now, I want to level with you about something. I want to be very, very clear with you. This is not some 5-minute magic mantra course. This course requires you to put in genuine effort. So if you were looking for a quick fix course which claims to be able to transform you overnight, then I'm sorry to disappoint you. This is not the right place. However, if you're the kind of person who really cares about being consistently confident, who wants to put in that work, that effort to actually get to that space where you feel that confidence, whether it is in your relationships, whether it's in your professional life, whether it's just about your own self-esteem and self-worth, then definitely this is something that is going to help you. So let's start. Before you start working through the course, it's very important to understand what is the reason subconscious reprogramming is effective. For you to be able to understand how every element of the course will work to help you achieve that transformation. Now, if I were to give you a simple understanding of yourself, you could look at your life as a series of experiences. And in every experience, you have downloaded some aspect of that experience, right? So all of us essentially are the sum total of all the experiences that we've had and what we've taken away from it. That's what makes each of us unique. Each of us, the millions of experiences that we have, contribute or make the behavior that we have today in the present moment. Now, if we experience certain limitations, certain blocks, or certain things which hold us back as we're going through life, then they are truly represented in some specific aspect or experience of our life. When we start to use the subconscious, what happens is the subconscious downloads all of those experiences every time you have them, and it stores it like a hard drive of a computer. And every time we come into a similar experience, it goes back to those earlier times, the way that you responded or reacted, and it pulls out that emotion. So for example, if you were in school and a teacher told you off and you experienced shame, now the next time, in a different situation but similar, you'll see that if your boss tells you off, you again go back to that shame that you experienced as a child. Now, those moments, when we start to change the perspective on those moments, when we start to change the emotion that exists for those moments, you in the here and now start to change as well. Understanding that that's what the subconscious reprogramming will do for you is very important in terms of how you go about performing each of these exercises, performing each of the subconscious navigations that you will get throughout the course. When it comes to learning about confidence, about how to be confident yourself, I could tell you very easily that you need to be clear, you need to have positive thoughts, you need to have goals, and you need to be able to focus, and the workshop would be over. What's important to understand is that it's not only about knowing what to do, it's about how to do it, right? A lot of the times, all of us know what to do. It's about being able to get ourselves to do it, to be able to fill that gap between knowing what to do and actually doing it. That's where the subconscious work enables you to fill that gap, whatever the roadblocks are, to break them down, element by element, to be able to be a person who's completely free of any issues which may be coming from your past, any concerns, any emotions which drive you to behave the way you do today, to start to let all of that go so that you can be whoever you decide to be today. Another aspect of working with your subconscious mind is to understand that each of us has a specific perspective, a perspective on the actions that we're going to take. So if you had to apply for that dream job that you have always wanted, if you have to ask that girl out that you wanted to be with, all of those come with a perspective. A lot of the times we feel that, oh, what's the point? It's not going to work out. I'm just not good enough. All of these are perspectives on the action that we take. When you start to visualize, when you start to let go of the roadblocks that create the negative feelings of these perspectives, you're able to have a positive outlook on what it is that you need to do, and you're able to use action for positive reaffirmation for yourself. Right now, a lot of us may be in that space where you're looking at taking the action, you know exactly what you need to do. However, what happens is we start to overthink it, we overanalyze it, and typically we experience a negative downflow of thought or emotion. And by the end of it, we're at such a low energy because the thoughts that we have are negative, are driving our own inner system and energy to become low. And at that low energy, we choose to avoid the action that we want to take. When you start to change that perspective, when you start to see the optimistic side of the actions that you're going to take, you're going to start to realize that the confidence that is within you can come to the fore if you allow that optimism to come into play. All your memories and experiences are actually stored at the subconscious level. With the program, you're going to start to explore all of these aspects of yourself. So what I do want to tell you is that this program is intensive on introspection, on being able to look at yourself from an absolutely honest and vulnerable state, to identify what could be those things that are holding you back. You will use various subconscious navigations to achieve that. However, if you don't do the work, the program won't work for you, just as it is true for anything else. Everything works if you work. So keep that in mind as you're going through every step of the process. Be honest, be truthful. If at times you need to be brutal with yourself, do that so that you can overcome those little roadblocks which have piled up and brought you to a level where you feel that you need to change your behavior. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. All of us have been there. I keep saying this You're not born with confidence. It's something that is built over a period of time. Some of us are able to naturally do it. Most of us need to work on it on a consistent and regular basis. When we constantly put in that work, when we constantly focus on how we can make ourselves better in every moment, that's when the confidence within us starts to come up. I'm sure you're curious to know what it is that you're going to learn in the program. What is it that is going to help you understand how confidence really works? So let me tell you what are the various modules, what are the various techniques and tools that you're going to learn as you go through this process of building up confidence for yourself. The most important aspect is that you're going to learn and understand how the subconscious mind works. How does it impact you? How does it change you? How does it affect your behavior? When you're standing in a particular place, in a specific situation, finding yourself not feeling confident, what is exactly happening with your mind at that moment? You're going to start to understand the limiting beliefs that govern your thinking. Most of the time, we're not aware of what those limiting beliefs are. So we're going to start to introspect and find those limiting beliefs. You will also do a self-assessment of where you are today. Because if you don't know where you are today, it's very difficult to get to a point as to where you want to be. So when we know where we are today, we're able to identify what is the goal that we want to meet. You're going to understand the very code that drives confidence. What are the building blocks? What are those specific things that you need to build on to make confidence? It's not about directly working on confidence. There are various things which feed into it. So you're going to understand that and work on each and every aspect of those for yourself. As you go through the process, you'll also start to identify behavioral patterns that you repeat over and over again and aren't even aware of it. Once you become aware of it, how do you break those patterns at the conscious level and at the subconscious level? As we go through the process, you will learn visualization and anchoring techniques, conscious level action that you can keep taking every time you feel yourself going lower or at any point in time when you feel that you're not completely in charge of yourself and confident. Remember, it's something that you need to keep doing on a daily basis. And as you do that, it'll become natural and it'll become a part of you. Also, another very important aspect of understanding how we function is our ability to deal with rejection. You're going to understand the mechanics of rejection. What is the reason we as human beings experience rejection, even when it may not mean a whole lot in terms of our lives? But we experience rejection and we get upset by it and we thereby lose our confidence. You're going to understand that and also what are the best ways of starting to let go of that rejection. Of course, when we start to build a new mindset, what's very important is our ability to be able to let go of the existing mindset. So you're going to start to understand how do you let go of negative emotional clusters? How do you express them? How do you accept them? How do you let them go so that you make space, so that you open up your mind for the positive thoughts and suggestions that you need. Working with affirmations, well, some of you may have done that before, but understanding how an affirmation really works, how to use it, and what is the reason it doesn't work for most people. How to get it to work for you and use it as a constant tool to keep your mindset at the level that you want it. You will experience a variety of subconscious navigations as you go through this process. The primary motive of these navigations is for you to start to get in touch with yourself and to resolve any of those past moments, past experiences, past memories that you are maybe still holding on to. So you will experience all of those core issues at the root, not issues from right now, but maybe issues from an earlier point in time, which have built up and brought you to a level where maybe your confidence isn't where you want it to be. We will chip away at the root cause rather than just focusing on the symptomatic concerns. It will also enable you to build the right boundaries for yourself. By building boundaries, you're able to define how you want to keep your mindset in place. A lot of times, we don't have boundaries for ourselves, and other individuals influence us. They walk into our space and they change the way our mindset is functioning. How to learn to set those boundaries and implement them. And of course, how to be your authentic and genuine self. When you come from a space of authenticity, your confidence shines through. How to do that, how to look at your own life story and represent it in the form of genuine, positive value. Through that, you will also learn how to communicate, how to be the best communicator out there. And what are the 3-4 simple steps that you can use to have fantastic conversations? All this, and of course, as you go through it, there are a lot more things that you will learn. Each of these things is going to allow you to become clear, build the right communication, and in turn, increase your self-worth, your self-esteem, so that your confidence allows you to move out of your comfort zone and get into action and take massive action for whatever it is that you want to achieve. Here are just a few testimonials and reviews from students, individuals like yourself, real individuals looking for real transformation. If you look at Jenny, Jenny was able to change the way that she feels about herself, about her own childhood experiences. And even though she's done a lot of work across different courses, she found this to be one of the best ways of actually taking action and making an impact in her life. Similarly, Parul calls it a great gift. The course gave her the ability to find the confidence to start to post her dance videos online and was able to build a success out of it. A lot of the aspects of the course helped her to find that confidence within her, even though there were earlier challenges and experiences which held her back. Another one of our students who's been able to make a successful approach to building confidence for herself was Lavika. Even though there was confidence and self-esteem that she had, but she never realized the way that she was projecting and presenting herself, and was able to pick up those tips and techniques to really boost her self-confidence and self-esteem to a level where she was more assertive and was able to attract the right people to help her build her own business and her own online presence. All of these students and much more have been able to use the Consistently Confident program to really create self growth, self esteem, and confidence for themselves. So, if you also are truly looking to make a difference to your life, to build that self love, that self confidence, and self esteem, and take it to the next level so that you don't let anything hold you back, whether it is your childhood traumas, whether it is experiences that you've had, whether it's just that feeling of not feeling good enough. If you now truly want to let it go and make an impact in your life and transform yourself to be truly and consistently confident, then I would recommend that you click the link below. We have a special offer just for you so that you can start to build your confidence. And I look forward to working with you.